Hey guys, it's Diane Hockman and this is the MLM X Factor. Today I'm working out of the book of my good friend and colleague Joe Schroeder. This book's called The Alpha Code. I know it's reflecting a little bit. And I want to talk to you about the law of the jungle and the genetic code. And I want to be clear, I am not making this up. This is from Joe's work. And he taught this to me, and when I learned it, that's when a lot of things started to change. Some of the things I had picked up on my own, but I couldn't put them into words, what this X factor was and what was going on. So I'm going to read to you a little bit. And I'm on page 32 of the book. It says the genetic code. The genetic code says this: in the jungle, all animals have this message embedded into their brains, and it is this: if you see a hurt or dying animal, go eat it and wash the jungle clean of other beasts who can no longer duplicate, thrive, help out, and keep the natural balance of the forest. That's what the jungle code is. If you are dying or hurt, we will help you out of your misery and eat you. That's why tigers eat and kill their own wounded cubs. And when you think about it, we even in our society, if an animal is wounded, for example, a horse or a dog, we often put the dog or the horse out of their misery and take their life because they're no longer able to be active and take care of themselves. So here's what I want you to understand, and it's fascinating, and this is programmed into us, this code, and that we understand it. People who complain are considered to be people that are dying. Tip: losers talk about what happened to them. Yes, that was my little computer making a noise. If you just heard it, I'm sitting in my office, so this is a real video. Losers talk about what happened to them, and also they talk about what happened to them yesterday. Winners, on the other hand, only talk about where they're going tomorrow. Never forget that. Guys, amongst humans, the genetic code says this: only weak and dying people complain. Therefore, to amass instant silent power, all you have to do is stop complaining. I want you to think about this. I want you to start looking around, and I want you to start thinking about the prospects you've been talking to, or even think about your own behavior. You can instantly tell and you instantly feel when somebody's weak. They transmit it. Some of them very loudly, and some of them kind of under the covers because they start diminishing themselves. So what I want you to start thinking about here, this is what's going to give you, I'm on page 35 now. What gives you instant power and a strength that is instantly recognized by others as true strength is this. And guys, this is the essence of that X factor. 1, stop complaining. If you do, it signals others a silent death wish, and no one feels safe around the hurt or the dying. 2, never tell. Think about that for a second. When you know somebody's sick, a lot of times when somebody gets sick with cancer or something, all of a sudden the people that always hung out with them can't bring themselves to go to them, can't bring themselves to be around them. It's because of this discomfort. It's genetically coded. Think about it. So if somebody perceives you to be weak or dying because you're complaining, they instantly don't want to sign up with you. It's profound. What about 2? Never tell people about your future. Those who do are looking for others to validate their dreams and wishes, and it's an obvious tip-off that you yourself aren't sure about your future. You ever see people all around MySpace and they're talking about moving towards greatness? I'm working on becoming a millionaire. I'm working on becoming financially free. When they're saying that, they're telegraphing that they're not sure. Sign of weakness. 2, stop asking people for anything. Leaders ask very little from other people except, of course, within their own business and their own brain trust group. How often are you going, help me, help me, help me, I need you to bathe and diaper me? Or if you're not doing that, congratulations, how many people do you see around you? Are you instantly repulsing the big fish around you and telling them not to help you because you're weak or dying? Or are you attracting them towards you? Guys, I want you to see this. This book is fascinating. It says, hint, losers speak about what happened to them while winners are speaking about the future. Winners speak increase into other people. The hidden order behind the most popular people and those who seem to have the most charisma is that they are so darn comfortable with themselves, with their own futures, and with exactly who they are, that they do not need anyone, maybe even a little, to validate their own value back to them. Now in contrast, look around you, even to those amongst you who you thought were powerful, because over time, even big shots begin to complain. So when you look around and look at the people that you felt were powerful, all of a sudden you might see that they're not quite as big as you thought. People begin to expose their inner fears to you, and basically they're begging you to share some of your power with them, which only weakens you. So now you understand why the strongest people, a lot of times people go, well, they changed, they make more money now and they changed. But really what's happening is they've become stronger as humans, and they perceive the people that are trying to suck off of them as a threat. And nature causes them to remove themselves. So it's not that they're so big and think they're so important, it's that they're protecting themselves from energy suckers. People who are doing that actually steal your own power. And they steal your power. Your power is stolen if you allow others to complain, and if they ask you to buy into their own miserable life. Have you ever spent half an hour with somebody on the phone who was complaining, and you got off the call and you felt completely exhausted? Or how about after only a few minutes, if somebody is that much of a suction cup, they've exhausted you after a few minutes? You know, guys, this is major stuff. So I'm going to close with this. And remember, this is from the book, The Alpha Code. There's some information there if you want to get info on the book. Even these little things that we talked about today, if you put them into play, it can take you right to the next level. 5 verbal traits of the powerful. 1, no gossip. You'll never hear a true leader with power bash or put down other people, ever. Think about it. 2, no complaining. The only people who complain are those who are losing at life. If you complain, other people will think you are dying. Number 3, powerful people speak increase into others. Leaders, presidents, and the super powerful have little interest in selling you on them. That's why their entire focus is on you. Are you trying to sell people on you, or are you focusing on the needs of others? 4, they listen better than they speak. Great leaders are not quick to speak or waiting for you to finish speaking so they can get a word in. Silent power is about having the discipline to listen more and speak less. And I will admit, this is one of my toughest areas that I've worked on. Tough, tough, tough. I get excited and I want to talk. And having that silent power has been a challenge for me. So I'm not saying I have all this down. I'm just sharing with you some of the stuff I discovered. And then number 5, powerful people make everyone feel safe. They do not psychologically lean on people. Silent power is about the absence of anxiety, worry, and struggle. And then I love that he has here this quote from The Godfather. Marlon Brando in The Godfather, Michael Corleone says, excuse me, he isn't Michael Corleone, he's Don Corleone. Never tell anyone outside of the family what you are thinking. And he's telling his sons to never telegraph weakness. So it's interesting. It's the law of the jungle. This is innately programmed into all of us. And you want to stop today and go back and look at yourself and think, am I telegraphing weakness? Am I telegraphing to people that I'm sick or dying in a large way by complaining or having issues? Do you complain about your work when you're at your MLM? That's telegraphing. Are you telegraphing it on your MySpace, in your videos, in your audios? Are you saying things that diminish yourself? People are instantly picking up on that. Or are you the type of person that is powerful, a good listener, putting increase into others and always forward thinking? These are the makings of the big fish. This is the X factor as I've studied it over the last 8 years. And this book just breaks it all down. And when you stop and think about it, we were programmed to recognize this. We were programmed to seek the strongest, to go run with the strongest. We were programmed to want to be around the strongest. It's natural. It's normal. Our job as marketers is to become those leaders that people want to be around. That's who amasses the large organizations. So that's another episode of the MLM X Factor. Hope it helped you. If you would like a free chapter of this book, my email address is there. Shoot me an email and I'll get you out a chapter of this so you can read it for yourself. It's my gift to you from myself and Joe Schroeder. So you guys, I'll see you next time on the MLM X Factor. Take care.